Right, hello lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under, where today we're talking about Jota. It's been quite a while since we've had some Jota news on the channel. I think it's been around 2 weeks, which surely is a record for Boys Down Under, so that's a positive. And we're also looking at how Celtic and Aberdeen could form a potential swap deal in the upcoming transfer window. Before we go any further though, if you guys are enjoying the videos, I'd appreciate a like, appreciate clicking that subscribe button. The support recently has been absolutely incredible, and I appreciate each and every one of you who try and help this channel hit the goal of hitting 3,000 subscribers before Angeball returns. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, Jota, our superstar from Portugal. The last 2 weeks, there have been a lot of reports about Jota and his future, but in all honesty, the reason I haven't covered it on this channel is because they've all been carbon copies of each other. They've just been absolutely copying and pasting the exact same words from every single article, and it's basically saying that Celtic have agreed to pay the fee, Jota has agreed to come to Celtic, and now they're just agreeing personal terms. But Celtic are staying tight-lipped, and so too is Jota's camp, with really next to no new information getting out there recently. Now, during the off-season, Jota has been on holiday, first going to Ibiza with the majority of Celtic's defensive team, you know, Ralston, Carter Vickers, Starfelt, Welshie and whatnot. But surely Jota has just gone and done it himself and given the biggest indicator that he will be joining Celtic permanently on holiday in New York City. Now, like I just said, he's in New York. He's been there for a couple of days now. I believe it is 3-4 days. And he's been sighted by quite a few people over there, you know. But overnight, photos emerged. Of course, full credit to the man himself, Matty O'Neill. And the photos saw Jota strolling around in a Celtic jersey. And that incredible. Of all the attire, you know, he could wear, with all the fashion sense he has, I believe he has, he chose to wear the green and white hoops. And I'll put the photos on screen for you right now for those of you who haven't seen them yet. And now, look, obviously Celtic fans on Twitter went absolutely mental, right? But that wasn't all. Fans absolutely pressed. They pressed Matty for news about whether Jota indicated whether he'd be staying at Celtic or whether he'd be going somewhere else. And after being, you know, bombarded with replies to his tweet, Matty came out and responded and said to everyone wondering, get used to it, Jota on the wing, Jota on the wing. And that does it for me. I am convinced now that we will see Jota at Celtic permanently, and an announcement is imminent. And, you know, if he doesn't move permanently, I do feel that Matty O'Neill will be getting a lot of hate messages on Twitter, which obviously I do not condone. Totally don't condone for spreading false rumours about the best Portuguese player in history signing for Celtic. Regardless though, you know, back to the important issue at hand. Jota on the wing. Jota on the wing. He himself, he's done it. He's just gone and done it. He's gone and announced to the whole world that well, I guess he didn't really want to be put on Twitter walking around like that. I guess that wasn't his intention. But surely with 3 weeks away from the boys returning to pre-season camp in Austria, you know, you'd like to think if Jota's future was still undecided, he himself would be knowledgeable enough, or at least his PR team would have told him to not wear any football kits while on holiday to send off the wrong impression. You know, including Celtics. So I think he's done a sneaky here, Jota. I do really believe that. And I know a lot of you who watch these videos have that mantra of don't believe anything until the dotted line has been signed. And I respect that. And I do have those tendencies as well for players who who only get 1 or 2 links to. You know, like all the left backs we've been linked to this off season. Regardless though, look at it in this way, right? With all the reports, right? Not even the ones that are copying and pasting. All the recent reports where it's gone step by step. Celtic have agreed to pay the fee. They've entered talks with Jota. Jota's agreed to stay. They're now entered personal terms. Add in these photos of Jota wearing a Celtic shirt while on holiday. It's his own kit even. It's not even just a Celtic shirt. It's his own jersey. And add in the hopefully factual testament from Matt O'Neill about what Jota said of his future. And for one, I'm really starting to believe that we will be seeing an announcement for Jota in the coming weeks, and that we will see him in the green and white next season playing on Champions League night for Celtic FC. You know, I think there's too much for it to just not happen. You know, that's my point of view. And if it does not happen in the end and something goes completely haywire, then I'll look like a mug. But I'm back in my guts here. I'm back in the reports. I'm back in the rumours. Jota, thank you for staying at Celtic. Also on the Celtic news front, reports have been emerging about Liam Scales apparently going to Aberdeen and Celtic being interested in Aberdeen midfielder Connor Barron. Now, Aberdeen want to sign Scales permanently, with manager Jim Goodwin being fond of his fellow countryman, but Celtic would rather see it be a loan deal. And on the contrary, Celtic want to sign Connor Barron on a permanent deal, but then Aberdeen don't want to let go of one of their brightest talents at the moment. It goes just like 6 months after signing a contract extension. And to be honest with you guys, right now, Aberdeen could do with all the help they could get, because they right now are in a bit of a slump. Regardless though, what about a swap deal? It sounds a bit crazy at first, but it just might be able to happen. It's a deal that favours both clubs, both loan moves with options to buy. Because let's be honest here, right? I'm a fan of Liam Scales. I thought Liam Scales didn't get enough opportunities. But I'm going to back Ange in believing that Ange believed that Greg Taylor was the more suitable option at left back than Scales. Now, I think the lad still has talent, but clearly he isn't getting the game time at Celtic. So at this age, he needs permanent game time. He needs to be able to play somewhere where he can really hone in on his development. Now, with the rumours true that Celtic are looking for another left back, that means we'll have the availability of Taylor, Montgomery, Taylor, Montgomery, a new left back, and then Liam Scales if he stayed. So Liam would be down to the fourth choice option, not to forget Bolly Bolingoli as the fifth choice option, but still, with Ange being keen on bringing a midfielder to the club, he's gone on the record to say that, and he's reportedly been left impressed by Barron in the final matches of the year. And even so, most recently in Scotland's under-21s Euro campaign against Belgium. Like I said earlier, the issue here is that Aberdeen need all the talent they can get to get back to winning ways. But every team has a price. We know that. Everyone knows that, especially for rival clubs. Look at David Turnbull, for example. We brought David Turnbull, young up-and-coming talent at Motherwell. They couldn't hang on to him. Celtic just offered him too much. And the great thing, I think, about bringing Barron to Celtic, if there was one main positive, it's that he's grown up playing Scottish football. He knows the environment. He's adapted his game to Scottish football throughout his whole youth development. And I believe that it wouldn't be a bad option at all bringing him to the club. I think he is certainly a great kid with great potential. But I do believe, in all honesty, that I think Celtic could do a lot better. I think if we're really wanting to get to go into Europe and not just fill up the numbers, as a lot of players have claimed that, we're going into Europe we're going into Europe to try and win every single game. That's obviously the aim, right? We want to make an impact. And like I said earlier, Connor Barron, great player for the future, but if we really want that competition in the midfield, we need to bring someone else in, because I don't see how much better Connor Barron is than someone like Scott Robertson, who we covered yesterday. But look, at the end of the day, allow each player to go to swap clubs. All right, allow it to happen for 1 year on loan with an option to buy at the end. That option to buy, it's a bit of security, because if the player does well, you can keep him. But if he doesn't do well, you have no obligation to keep him at the club. So I think that will keep both parties very happy, because Liam Scales could go over there, kill it. Aberdeen might sign him. It'd be a sour taste in Celtic fans' mouth. But we'll have to remember at this point, he's really right now our third choice left back. I'd even say Montgomery is ahead of him, and bringing in a new left back, he's going to go down the pecking order even further. And as for Connor Barron, you know, I do think he's ready for a new challenge. And if that's at Celtic, well, bring him over, put him in the green and white, and let's see how he does. But that is all from me. So if you guys did enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave in the comments below your thoughts on the Jota situation. Do you think he's just, you know, stirring the pot with wearing a Celtic jersey, or do you think he is actually saying that he will stay at Celtic? And do you believe Matty O'Neill for that matter as well? But until next time, hail, hail.